Hi there, God bless you. I'm Karine. Welcome to the Supportive Environment. Thank you for being here. So today I'm going to be showing you some of the resources that I'm going to be using to set up a unit study. It's actually going to be divided into 2 unit study, but the subject is human body and wellness and nutrition. So I'm going to separate it into the first unit study that will focus on the human body, and then I will do a second unit study that will be focusing on the wellness and nutrition. And this is actually for my kids and for myself because I do need a refresher on nutrition as well. We are making some sustainable changes in our way of eating, and I'm creating more consciousness with my children about eating healthy. And now that Isaac is actually 7, he understands the importance of nutrition and eating well more. He even sometimes feel the difference when he doesn't eat very well. And so now he actually is becoming more health conscious. And we all actually, even Zoe, who my 3-year-old, talks about eating healthy and eating well. And in this day and age, it can be easy to fall on eating not so healthy just because there are a lot of variety of foods available that are convenient, and especially sometimes when you go out and spend time a few times a week out of the house, it can be very easy to go for the easier stuff, which is not necessarily the healthiest stuff. So again, we are doing this unit study really with intentionality, and the intentionality is to be more conscious about the way we eat, to create more awareness, and to be happy about making good decisions, to feel good, responsible, and to feel good with the decisions that we make. These are resources that I have here in my house. I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding other resources later on. We might pay a visit to the library to check other books, but I think with what we have here, it's a pretty good start for what we want to do. So for the human body, I'm going to be using this as the spine. This is the DK Smithsonian Human Body, Your Amazing Body as You've Never Seen It Before. I am also going to use Look Inside Your Body. Isaac, we have 2 copies of this book. Look Inside Your Body is the Osborne book, and we love this book. But the first copy has been well loved, and then we got a second copy with our sunlight package for Zoe, for her sprinkle package. So we were very happy when we got that on the book package that we got. We also have here the Magic School Bus Inside the Human Body. So for the human body focus unit study, we are going to be using, again, I'm going to be using this as the main spine, the DK Human Body book, and then we have some additional resources. This book, Am I Sick or Well? We'll be using this one on both, on the anatomy, on the human study anatomy, and also on the nutrition. And let's see, let's take a look, a glance at the DK Human Body book that I will be using as the spine. So I already seen this book, and what I like about this book is that it breaks it into system, and it tells you the body systems, all systems go, and then it tells you the skin, hair, and nails, which is actually the integumentary system. I'm probably not saying it. Let me see. Let's see. Body systems. So it starts with all systems go, and then let's go to the next one. Let's see. Okay. This one is body systems, skin, hair, and nail. And I'm looking for the word. There is one system that extends over the entire surface of your body, known as the integumentary system. Yes, so I did say it correctly. So the integumentary system, again, which is your largest organ, the skin, and includes the hair and the nails. The skeletal system. So this is what we are going to be using as the main spine, the endocrine system. I myself want to become more knowledgeable about the endocrine system because I've been having issues with my throat for a while, and I want to really help heal my throat, because when I feel that discomfort, it really affects my whole energy level, the way I feel, and I want to become more knowledgeable to know how I can support my endocrine system better, the lymphatic system. And yeah, so the images are very vivid as well. That is the tongue. This scan of the surface of the tongue shows that it is not smooth, but is covered by a variety of tiny bumps called papilla. So pretty interesting. And here is the heart, inside the heart. Now, there is a model that I got, that I bought for the kids to study, but I want to use that model. I want to put it, they don't know that I got it yet. I want to give it to them for Christmas as a Christmas gift. I don't want to show it to them just yet, but it will be amazing to use that model along with this book. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna study the book, and then they will be very familiar once they open the model, once they see the model of the torso that has shows the organs and things like that. So again, this is going to be the main spine that I'm going to be using for the human body. And then this book, I love this book. Isaac and Zoe love this book. It is a flat book from Osborne, and it has a lot of amazing information. It explains eating food. It shows you the parts, how food travels, staying alive, your bones, your senses. So see it here actually. Okay, so inside the human body, this is from the Magic School Bus series, which they love. Okay. So that's going to be the main component for the human body. The human body or anatomy unit study. Anatomy unit study. And then for nutrition, I compiled books and magazines that I've had for myself for a while. And while I don't keep magazines in general, I do keep these types of magazines. I do keep the magazines from National Geographic. First of all, they are expensive. So once in a blue moon, I do buy a magazine from National Geographic, and I do save them. They are like books actually, and they have so much amazing information. And this one is Blue Zones, the Science of Living Longer. And it talks about the 5 blue zones in our planet where people live the most. And it talks about their habits, their way of life, and yeah, things they do, their way of lives, which actually is much simpler than what you think. You know, they have simple lives, but they also move, there is community, and yeah, so many things that keep that health, because it's not just living longer, it's living longer and being healthy. Like people 90 plus, 100 plus that are still functioning and moving and doing things. And then here we have healthy smoothies. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about the blue zones. So yes, want to know more about the blue zones, and I'm going to be sharing that with my children. I'm going to be talking about that with them. All these resources again are going to be for them and for me, that I'm preparing this unit study for me to continue to educate myself as a teacher, as the educator. We need to continue to learn and to educate, and this is learning for us as well. This one is Healing Kitchen, natural benefits of everyday foods. So again, to continue learning about nutrition, natural benefits of everyday food, healing smoothies, delicious fresh ways to drink to your health. So we're gonna be making some smoothies. I'm gonna put that in the unit study for them to help me to make some healthy smoothies that we can do together. This one, another magazine by National Geographic, Herbal Medicines, Heal Yourself with Natural Medicines. And so we're going to be learning about powders, poultices. So we're going to be learning, again, continuing to learn about herbs, what are healing foods, and even being in the kitchen, prepping some of these things. And I'm going to have my children assist me in the kitchen. We're going to select one day. I haven't set up the plan yet, how I'm going to do this. I'm just showing the resources, but that's part of it. This one says health and radiant aging, but the reason I got this magazine actually is because of the Thyroid 101. Because as I mentioned, since I was a little girl, when I was a little girl, I used to get throat pain, and it was so bad that for days at a time, I couldn't eat. I couldn't even drink water. Even drinking water used to hurt me. And as an adult, I still have issues from time to time with my throat. My thyroid comes in balance when they do the checkup, and I decided that I cannot just let the doctor be the one who knows what to do. I need to educate myself as well about the thyroid, understanding the thyroid, how the thyroid works, and how I can help it to heal. So that's why I got this, and there is a really good article here that talks about that. What else? Okay, so let's continue with the magazines. The Power of Plants. Now this one is not directly about nutrition, but it's about, so this unit study of health and nutrition is going to be about that: health, wellness, and nutrition. And so the reason why I want to include this in our health and nutrition or wellness and nutrition unit study is because plants are so important. First of all, we eat them, right? They help us to be healthy. But also the plants that are not edible, that we keep in our garden, in our home, how the importance of nature in general, right? The calming effects, houseplants and healing gardens that thrive. That's the subtitle of this magazine. So I want us to educate ourselves more about taking care of houseplants. We've had a few and some of them have not survived. So we need to become better at taking care of houseplants and also understanding the health benefits of plants. Superfoods. I have this magazine for I've had this for a long time. I got this, when did I get this? And again, from time to time I buy a magazine like this and I keep it because I keep it as a resource. So this talks about superfoods. What are the superfoods? And you can see in the picture here, it has avocado, it has kale, a smoothie. Nuts are so important. Berries. It has salmon there. But if you're plant-based, you know, there is so much, you know, all the plants and everything. And I'm not so much of a meat person, but I could definitely see myself as being pescatarian, although we do eat meat in the house here still. I don't, like I said, I'm not a meat person. I do cook chicken and I do cook a variety of meats at times, but honestly, I could do without those things. Now, fish and seafood, I really like those things, and I could definitely see myself being pescatarian. But this is not a nutrition unit study on plant-based only. It's talking about nutrition in general. And you know, later on, if we decide to deep dive into one category more, then we can do that. What to eat every day. And there you see a beautiful rainbow of vegetables, fruits, berries. Beautiful. Okay. Then we have this one over here, your brain, which actually this one I can incorporate with my anatomy unit study, my human anatomy unit study. This is again from National Geographic, your brain, 100 things you never knew. And it's so important to understand our brain, how it works, and that we humans, we all are wired differently. We have so many similarities, but we also have things that make us different, right? And understanding the brain and even the nervous system is so important. Like when I learned about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, that was like life-changing for me in a way. It was life-changing in the sense that I started having more empathy and understanding myself. And knowing, for example, the parasympathetic nervous system is the system, are people who, so we have both. We have the sympathetic and parasympathetic, but people whose dominant system is the parasympathetic are people who are calm, and anything can happen. The world can be falling down and they stay calm. Well, this is an over statement, right? I'm not sure if they're gonna stay calm, but it's to explain that these are the people that stay calm and collected. And this is also the type of system that gets sick the least, because they don't get stressed. They don't they know how to manage stress better, or they just know how to deal with stress. Okay, there are a lot of like advertisement on this thing. I'm not sure how much, but seeing emotions, blah, blah. But anyway, I haven't looked into this magazine into detail, but yes, I'm gonna look into it to see what I will incorporate from here. And it looks like I may use it for our anatomy unit study. And if it talks about things that are good for the brain, then I can also use it for the nutrition. I can use these things interchangeably anyway. Okay, so let's go now to, we have two more magazines here, and this one is plant. Oh, so what I was saying about the nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system is a system that gets stressed out most, and unfortunately, like when your body is so stressed all the time, it starts releasing all this cortisol, and keeping cortisol for a long period of time in your body is not good. It makes you sick. So how can we, if I have a sympathetic nervous system, how can I help it to be more, or to act more like a parasympathetic nervous system, which is being able to stay calm even under stressful situation? So hopefully this magazine will talk a little bit about that, the brain, since the brain is part of the central nervous system, right? And then we have here how to eat plant-based. Change your diet, change your life, the whole food plant-based beginner's guide. So we're going to see what we are going to incorporate, and I am looking to try some recipes with my children while we are going over this unit study. And then sleep. And for me, this is my weakest link. Sleeping is my weakest link. So I need to sleep better. I am making an effort to sleep better. But I have to intentionally make the effort to sleep better and to make it a habit, because sleeping is so important. And for a long time I was deceived into thinking that you really did not need to sleep, that people who slept a lot were lazy people. And when I meant who slept a lot, I don't mean like who slept 20 hours. I mean like people who slept 8, 9, 10 hours. I feel like, okay, those people are lazy. There was a time in my life that I only slept like 2 hours, 3, 4 at most. Before I started doing that, I want to think that I used to sleep my regular 6 to 8 hours. I probably used to feel a little guilty when I used to sleep my 8 hours, because again, I had misconceptions and wrong beliefs about sleep, and I had heard and even probably used the phrase, oh, I sleep when I'm dead. And that is so sad and so ignorant and so not good to say, because the thing is that in order for you to perform better, to do better at whatever it is in life, yes, you have to have good nutrition, you have to take care of your body, but you need to sleep. Taking care of your body is sleeping well, because that's when you rest, when your body rests. When your body rests, your body repairs. Your body is repairing. It's so important to sleep well, and I did not know that, and unfortunately I neglected sleeping. I just did not give a priority to sleeping for a long time, and I'm pretty sure that caused negative effects on my health. So I want to again be empowered. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm like, let's be empowered, let's empower ourselves, let's get ourselves educated, but let's also take actions. And so I'm doing this unit study, and I'm going to be talking with my kids about sleeping well, because sometimes these kiddos, they homeschool, so they don't have to really wake up at a specific time to go to school. So but I am creating more structure with them. And sometimes, especially my boy, he wants to go to bed late. Most likely because I sometimes go to bed late and he just wants to stay hanging around with mommy. And he does not yet have that knowledge and understanding of the importance of sleep. And I don't want him to go through what I went through, not understanding the importance of sleep. So in this unit study, we're all going to be empowered. My 3-year-old, my 7-year-old, myself, we're going to be learning more about the importance of sleeping well. It is not a luxury. It is something that God created for us to rest. Again, let's see. Sleep is still misperceived as the most duty-driven and unproductive part of the day. Wow, that's exactly what I was talking about just now. So we are gonna be talking. I haven't gone through this, even though I got it a while ago. I haven't gone into details into this magazine, so I'm looking forward. Getting to bedtime. All right, 100 years of scientific research reveals that kids are sleeping less than ever, but does it really matter? Wow. Okay. Sleep and the teenage brain. Oh boy. So yes, there you go. Sleep like a pro. Animal slumbers. So the truth about sleeping pills. Ooh, interesting. Good night gadgets. So we are gonna be using this magazine to talk about sleep, because sleep and nutrition and health and wellness. So health and wellness is not just nutrition. It's sleeping well. It's an overall rhythm, right? Okay. So I believe I mentioned all the magazines that I'll be using. Now, this book, Integrative Nutrition, Feed Your Hunger for Health and Happiness. I'm gonna use information from here as well for our unit study. And I recently just ordered this book, What Are You Eating? And the author also, they provided a guide. What are you eating? Food and nutrition made simple. There is like a quiz to ask you things about it, but talks about food and energy. Let's see. This is copyrighted. 4 main nutrients. So yes, this is to discuss with the kids. And then I have some resources, some books in Spanish. Oh wait, I have, let me see. Okay, I have another book here, Power Foods for the Brain. Oh, there you go, Power Food for the Brain. Yes, Power Food for the Brain, for the nutrition unit study. And then I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 books in Spanish. This one is called Jugos para una vida saludable, Juicing for a healthy life, for a healthy lifestyle. This one is Metabolismo Ultrapoderoso, Metabolism Ultra Powerful. And this one is The Power of Metabolism, El Poder del Metabolismo. And these are by Frank Suarez. And then this one is Recetas del Poder del Metabolismo. These are recipes recipes for the power of metabolism. And then I have another book here. It says Eat to Live, the amazing nutrient-rich program for fast and sustainable weight loss. Now, we are not doing a unit study for weight loss, but it's about nutrition. So when you eat healthy, it comes as natural. What is gonna has to be shed, unless there may be some underlying things going on. So we are not focused here on weight loss. We are focused on eating healthy. We are focused on nutrition. Yeah, so we are focused on health and nutrition. So there you go. Those are the resources that I'm going to be using for the human body anatomy unit study and for the health and nutrition unit study. I hope that you enjoy this video. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, so there were actually a couple of more books that I have here that I will be using as well. So for Isaac to read also, I'm gonna use this one, Why Do People Eat? Is an Osborne Starting Point Science. This is actually a series. So Why Do People Eat? So I'm gonna have Isaac read it, and so for Isaac and Zoe to look at the pictures and to also learn from here. Good things and waste, what makes you burp, food poisoning, large intestines, getting rid of waste. And so we're going to be using this book also for the nutrition unit study. Food anatomy are the curious parts and pieces of our edible world. And this is from the collection, the Julia Ruffman collection. And so I have this book and I'm gonna use this as well for the unit study. I know it's a lot of resources, so I might have to break it down into categories. I'll see as I prep the unit study. I'll see how I'll do it. But of course, I'm going to make the unit study in a way that it's not overloading the kids with information. However, I also want to get myself more educated in the topic. So that's why so many different resources. And so this book I've had, and I started reading it, I've had for years. I started reading it, but I never got through it entirely. And I will be going over this book. I'm not going to talk in detail to the kids about thyroid, but I think it is important that they understand the importance of taking good care of your throat and what the thyroid is from an early age, so that they understand that as well. So I have this book, and it's Thyroid Healing, the truth behind Hashimoto's, Graves, insomnia, hypothyroidism, thyroid nodules. I have nodules on my thyroid, and Epstein-Barr. So I'm looking forward to read this so in more detail this time. Get information from here for the unit study for the kids, and also for me as well. And then this book, I've had this one for a while, the Yeast Connection Cookbook, a guide to good nutrition, better health, and weight management. So this one is Super Immunity by Joel Fuhrman. So the essential nutrition guide for boosting your body's defenses to live longer, stronger, and disease-free. So I'm gonna take pieces from here. I might even read aloud from here to the kids. And then this book, Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. And my kids might ask, Mommy, who are they? And so in this, this might be an opportunity to speak to them about the food industry and about ethical buying food, about us as consumer. becoming more educated about the health decisions that we make when we buy products, and teach them that as consumers, they have to learn to educate themselves. They have to read labels. They have to do research and understand what is healthy and what is not, and what kinds of food are good for their body, for their type of body, and what foods are not. Because a lot of things are being sold, but not everything is good for everybody. Some people are sensitive to certain types of food more than others. And I haven't gone into this book, actually. I'm gonna see from here what I'm gonna glean to share with them, because again, I don't want to overwhelm them with so much information. That's why I think I'm gonna break this into small chunks of units. Maybe I will categorize, since the whole wellness and nutrition, maybe I'll use a mini study about sleeping well, another about purchasing produce and food in a way that as an educated consumer. So this book might come handy here, because natural cures they don't want you to know about. I'm thinking this has to do with the food industry from the economic standpoint. I'm assuming. I don't know yet, because I haven't read the book. And then the part of like, okay, what are the foods that nourish us? How can we when our brain is healthy, how does that help us? One thing that I don't see here is books about exercising. Hopefully in these books I'll find information, but another resource is this one, Healthy Living from the Start, and this is actually from the Oak Meadow Home Education. And so I actually did go over this book, and this book has a lot of good bits of information. So and it covers different aspects. It covers sleeping, enjoying food. It does talk about, I'm pretty sure it mentions about exercising and things like that. Movement, which is something that I encourage my children to do. I don't have to encourage them, because they love moving naturally. But I encourage them in the way that, hey, if they want to move, I support that, and I encourage it even more. But they love moving naturally. Like I said, these are just the resources. I have to still put the plan together, and that's gonna be the fun part, organizing this. So okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Till next time, please subscribe. God bless you.